Hello, welcome, and today we're going to look at cube -1. So I've got myself a new computer, and I just wanted to test it out on something I already have played and known, just to see how, and I've got a new microphone and everything. So this was released in 2014, has 17 achievements, they all work. It was produced by Liquid Flower, which is a collaboration, small group from Finland and the Netherlands. And this is cube -1, the Atlas cube. So basically, it's just like each world has 6 levels to it, and this world is called Calling, because it would call you to explore. And you appear, basically it's just go from the entrance to the exit, placing blocks. We're in heaven because apparently when you're in heaven, this is a secret room in there. When you're in heaven, that's what you apparently do. You solve block puzzles. So the game starts off with teaching us how to place blocks and take those blocks with us in order to further our journey. Now there's an achievement where you're not allowed to touch water, so be careful if you want to get that achievement. You'll need to jump back, and the best way to get around that is here, I find. So you can actually just place yourself in a situation where you can climb the wall. There is a very precarious way, and then just jump around from looking from the inside, and you can easily jump. And so each level is a hidden golden pyramid, and that's where it is. That's the easiest way I found to find it. And so I really love this game. I found it always relaxing, chilling. There's some rock pool water there. I likened it in my review as giving you the ability to jump around the rocks at the beach, even though in your mind you feel like you're exploring somewhere, even though you're not really. But it's just something that brings the child out in us, and that's what this game does. There's also a little secret up here which no one ever mentions. There's a little wizard. The people that the company that or the individual that made this soundtrack is called Launchable Socks, and his icon is a wizard because he's a wizard with music. Now I just wanted to show this. This is a new developer from Vietnam, and he's reimagining this. I'm just going to give a very small difference. This is currently happening, and it looks amazing. And absolutely, cube -1 could do with a facelift. Now this is a hardcore version he's also working on. I'm not keen on this, but I've included it just to show you what that secret room entails. So basically, the secret room has 2 pillars in it, and the developers blocked it off in the original one. I'm not sure why, but he's using stupid Unity assets, so they fire cheeseburgers at you, and he's added a portal mechanic that coincides with the block mechanic, and I thought this illustrates it very well, how the laser mechanic works, where you got to be very careful when collecting blocks. This is also a glitch. It's called the tree collision glitch. I couldn't get this to work. I have got it to work on other games like Montague Mount, as you know, and other things, but I just thought that was very interesting. Anyway, let's go on to level 2. So that's something that's coming out. It's a mod that, as I said, I hope the softcore version comes out. I'm not keen on the hardcore version because of the sexualization it does on the female robot and other things as well. This world is there's no excuse for that. Anyway, going back to this one, I really love the birds and the the trees, the nature. It really does. There's bees in this bush. One thing I do say that the developers of the original developers missed out is that we don't ever get to see it. We only hear it. Like, we don't see any birds. We don't see any bees. I think we might see a butterfly now and then, but yeah, we just hear it. And if the other thing that's missing from this, you can say hello to Mr. Owl. He saves it. Oh, by the way, we need 4 blocks to get to the ending, but there is a glitch called the floating block glitch, so you can do this in 2 blocks. I'll show that after. So this is where the golden pyramid is. So the other thing missing here is lore. What is this place? Where is it? Who created this? There's some human elements to it. You'll see native Indian, and so if the new developer is going to, relaunch this, I'm guessing, as I've suggested, if he adds lore, maybe add the Native Americans to it. So this is how you do the floating block glitch. Speedrunners do that to make that level a lot more easier. Let's go into level 3, Temple. Which is interesting because ultimately what are they worshipping here? When you look at the temple, it's not really a temple. All there is a block in there. So are they just worshipping the blocks? How beautiful is that? Look at that. That's just, yeah. The lighting is just so beautiful. So you're going to have to grab this block. I'm glad I've come back to this game 10 years later. I still getting joy out of playing it. It's strange. I know what to do, but I still get a joy just jumping around and seeing what I can, I don't know, maybe stretch or learn or everything else. And I've learned a lot. I've watched the speedrunners. I'm like, wow, really? You can do that? There's a tree collision glitch. There's a floating block glitch. Okay. Yeah. And that's what makes the game fun. Just finding out what you can get away with. And there's a lot more tricks. There's so many tricks. I can't even show them all. But just taking your time exploring it. Now, I don't think there's any more wizard icons. So that's the temple, and that's what it's hiding. I don't think there's any more wizard icons. They're spread out in other worlds, but there's only one that I can find in World 1. So each world introduces a different block mechanic, 6 worlds, and then if you find all the golden pyramids, you're given a extra bonus area. And each world sort of has its own theme, like season theme, that sort of thing. Very similar. It was designed in inspiration from Mario universe, in the way that the Mario has a different theme. Ingenuity. I'm not really understanding what ingenuity is here. We'll see this. So first of all, we're going to have to come back around the back here and just pick up an extra block. And it's important, especially in this one, that you pick up the golden pyramid early, because once you've made the jump, you cannot pick the golden pyramid up after that. So as I said, I hope if the new developer does add to this world, that the developer stays relatively faithful to the original premise, which is just to explore and not concentrate on an FPS mechanic. If he does, then have that as an extra mode or something along those lines. So you saw me pick up the golden pyramid there. I think that, you know, if he had a bit of mystery, like had some animals, you know, wandering around at some point, had now watch this. Why? Like, what even caused that? That is just insane. That happens in several places. Why is the world coming apart? I guess is the reason. Did the the alien civilization have to leave this place because it was breaking apart? I don't know. It wasn't really designed for a lore, but I think a lore could be added. Another thing that could be added is code. Like, each block is specifically coded, but we don't know what that symbol actually means. And you see owl totems everywhere. Yeah, we don't know what these, like, are they certain elements? Is the world hiding certain things? Where's the magic coming from, which makes the blocks stick to each other? That sort of thing. Now, you can actually come from here, I didn't realize this, and just go straight up using the blocks. But I didn't realize that shortcut, so I do it the longer way, I guess. And we don't need the blocks anymore, but you can actually use the blocks and come up to there. Now, I found actual gameplay of the original cube -1, and I thought it was interesting. I'll just show the difference here. So this is the same level we've just played, but in its original format. Wow. You know, it's interesting how it's evolved since its inception, and now look at how beautiful it is. And to prove that it's the same, look what happens. Damn it. Okay, we're looking at courtyard now. Wow, that is so nice. So there's some alien crickets sounding on the left-hand side there. They sound really weird. You can probably just hear them if you... So we wanted to pick up these 2 blocks. I've seen people do this with 1. I don't know how they do it with 1, but some people do. There's a lot of water here you want to miss, so be careful. Because if you touch water in any level, you will not get the achievement, and you have to start all over again. It's one of the hardest achievements to get. I would say it's harder than the no death achievement, because you can easily get through this world without dying if you're just careful. Talking about being careful, I'm going to not be careful and take the harder route to the Golden Pyramid to show you how to do it. So you can actually jump through this window, but if you bump your head, you're going to fall into endless. So that's how you do it without bumping your head. You just got to be very careful and make a jump across. And we're going to jump back. Okay, I'll just grab this and then say hello to Mr. Owl again. Hello. Now I'm going to show you a safer way to get to that same area, where you're definitely not going to die. So if you use that jump from the inside mechanic, jumping around, and then just jump up on these things, and you can pretty much tour around the whole place. and just make your way to the Golden Pyramid, or come down the end here, bypassing a lot of dangerous stuff. I always find it easier just doing it this way. We've definitely got enough blocks to I just have to borrow one. And that's it. Courtyard. Which we missed, actually. We didn't even go to the courtyard. The courtyard only has a tree in it. Discovery. Oh, is this my favourite level? I think it is. Yeah. Oh, listen to the soundtrack. I can't get enough of it. It is calling me to explore, calling me to be a child, absolutely begging me to venture and to savor every moment, to jump, to climb, to venture. And I could just listen to this soundtrack all day. It's one of the best soundtracks from Launchable Socks, and in fact, it's the soundtrack they often use in their trailer. I want to, it's like this. I want to be rewarded with butterflies and rainbows, and I don't know. I just want to find life. It's like I'm searching for something. It's not like I'm searching for that secret, that, whatever it is. Am I searching for DNA? I don't know. I'm searching for something. I feel like this soundtrack makes me feel like there's a purpose behind this, not just the plant blocks. And if you look down, it really looks like the planet Earth, or some sort of planet. But again, it's just sky, but it could be, like, maybe this place is, overlooking. And we're finally here. But it's crumbling away for some reason, and we don't know why. There's some pool over there, but you're not going to go over there. Now, this level is extremely generous with blocks. Wow, you get so many blocks. You can just do whatever you want, which is great. Yeah. The other problem I have with this game is the developers actually blocked off a lot of areas, stopping you from exploring. Like in World 1 verse 1, there was secret rooms that you could originally get to, as you saw, but they took that access away. Why? I never understood that. And you'll find a lot of areas, unfortunately, you just can't explore, you can't get to them. And I just thought that was a pity. With this area, because it gives you so many blocks, you can get to those areas. So you saw me put a block on one side, and then that allowed me to reach it from the other side. This allows me to get to a secret area. Which is up here. This room has nothing. It's like the original pyramids, there'll be a fake chamber, and the real chamber is like, down the back. That's where you wanted to get to, and that's what we're after, the Golden Pyramid. So here we do some jumpies. I didn't really take note on how far down, because there's actually another way a speedrunner showed me how to get to this, which blew me away, because I never knew you can actually do this entire level without going inside at all. You can climb the whole outside. So we're bypassing all the secrets on the inside, all the puzzles on the inside, because I'm going to climb the outside of the building. And I wonder if why this is so addictive is because if we think we're outsmarting the developers by creating another, access to an area which they weren't even aware of. I'm sure to some degree that with some of the tricks that, because there are tricks like the floating block, the glitch, the tree collision glitch. I think these are areas which the developers were not prepared that we could access. And that's how you get to the top floor without actually going inside the building. You have to go inside just to get to the Atlas Cube, just shortly, but that's pretty much all you need to do. And the Atlas Cube, which sends you into the next world, as I said, there are 6 worlds to explore, is here, and that portal will send you to the next one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now the trick that the other speedrunner does, and then I'll catch you next time. So the speedrunner grabs all these blocks and he plants them in a way so that he can reach up top here. Wow, I never even appreciate how that is awesome. And you can get to, you can get to that area. I'm not sure if you can get the golden pyramid though by doing that, but I thought that was very clever. Until next time, bye for now.